The business development update for 2024 was that renewables was 48% of the port's revenue for that year. As in 2023, it was the largest part of our revenue because of the Moray West project. We successfully marshalled 62 monopile foundations. They were some of the largest monopiles in the world. We undertook that project in partnership with a number of local supply chain companies, including Saren's PSG. 2025 marks the 20th year that we've been supporting onshore wind farm projects, and we've been marshalling offshore wind farm projects for over a decade now. So we have one of the strongest track records in Scotland. All of this aligns with the port's vision to play our part in the transition to net zero and clean energy, which we see as a really important factor that can play a role in transforming the future of the Highlands by creating really good, exciting green jobs. There are community benefits that come from these projects in addition to the jobs. We've got work for local businesses for many, many decades to come. And obviously there is business for the port in there. And perhaps most importantly, we play a part in leaving an environmental legacy for future generations, for children and grandchildren in this area. The cruise industry once again played a critical part in our revenue in 2024 and was 29% of the income generated through the port. We had 116 ships visit and 6 inaugural calls, so first visits of new ships. And that included Cunard's newest vessel, the Queen Anne. And they brought in 214,000 passengers on those ships, which is quite incredible. And we often forget that alongside that, there are 83,000 crew members as well, who often are able to get off the ship and have a walk into the local town and look around Invergordon. The passengers spent an estimated £28 million in direct spend in the local economy, and that crosses all different kinds of businesses. So one example is about 115,000 of the passengers went on ship organised shore excursions, and the average number of coaches that takes for each ship call is 26 coaches. So on board those coaches you'll have guides, you'll have drivers, and also you'll have all of the shore handlers that are dealing with those passengers and with those excursions. So it's a huge operation that takes place at the port. We knew that Invergordon was always busy when cruise ships were here, but we wanted to really understand what the local retailers get out of them. So we've got some videos that we've put out on social media from companies like Tanstar Gifts and Invergordon Gallery, amongst others, to just really showcase the difference and the impact that the passengers have and the positive spend in Invergordon, as well as much further afield. Oil and gas remains a critical part of the port's revenue, and it was still 16% of our revenue last year, in spite of the big renewable project that I spoke about earlier. We are seeing a managed decline in the North Sea still, but we did, however, have a number of rigs come in last year, and we've seen the same in 2025, and they do bring valuable work for the local supply chain, which has been supporting them for the last 50 years. What's been quite interesting over the last 12 months is that we've actually seen the rig market start to shift and start to transition itself towards the net zero future and the clean energy future. We have 2 rigs in port at the moment that have been repurposed to deliver decommissioning work for oil fields that are no longer in production. So these are ex-drilling rigs that WellSafe, a company based in Aberdeen, have taken in. They've done very large work scopes here in the Port of Cromarty Firth to change the purpose of those rigs, and they've been now redeployed into the decommissioning industry. And just a few weeks ago, we had a rig leave to become an accommodation platform for an offshore wind farm, which for us is a first, but it's rigs now being involved in the offshore wind industry directly. So that part of the business is transitioning and becoming part of that renewable future that we're seeing for the Firth. Rig numbers have reduced in the last few years, and we've seen a number of assets being taken for decommissioning. So now every rig that is here is active and either here for inspection, repair and maintenance, or is here sheltering in between projects, waiting for their next project to go out to work. Opportunities have been taken throughout 2024 and also into 2025 to bring more rigs alongside and into the Firth so that they can have work done on them. This creates a lot of opportunities for the local supply chain, which has been supporting the oil and gas industry for the last 50 years. So there's a lot of experienced people, a lot of experienced companies in the area that are able to undertake that work. Companies such as PSG Marine and Logistics, Semco Maritime, Aventus Energy, and of course, Global Port Services. They have a great reputation, which is why the rigs keep coming back.